Hello, good people. My name is Sam, and I have lost a lot of money in cryptocurrency, which sucks. But if you're like me and have lost a lot of money as well, then stick around because I want to share a nice motivational story with you and a cool thought experiment that hopefully will motivate you to keep going in your investment journey. So just to set the scene, in April 2021 is when I first got into the cryptocurrency market. And my friend told me about it and he said, look, there's a lot of potential in this industry. And I was looking at the gains, the percentage increases time and time in the news, as well as certain media channels. So I got in and I put $100 in Bitcoin, okay? And I wanted to see what happens. And the next day and the day after that, Bitcoin kept on going up 10%, 15% some days. And other cryptocurrencies were going up, 50%, 100%, even more. So it's crazy. And there was huge gains to be had, okay? And for a newbie, for a new person to the cryptocurrency industry, when you see these gains and when you see the percentage and the green and all that mumbo jumbo, right? You're like, oh, wow, this, you feel good. You feel euphoric, right? And what I ended up doing was I put even more money once I started seeing these gains, okay? Hoping to keep riding that wave and make money easy. But what happened was in May 2021, the cryptocurrency market started crashing, okay? And seeing this, I stopped investing. I was like, wow, I started losing money now. The $100 that I initially invested had gone up to 150 or 200, but now it's back to below 100. So I'm like, oh wow, I'm starting losing money. This, crypto is a scam. I should get out. I will never invest any more money in this. The whole idea is stupid, okay? So I stopped investing. But what I've learned over time since April 2021 till now is that you don't want to buy anything when it's at the top, and you don't want to be selling anything when it's at the bottom. So when things had dropped, it was probably a good time to start putting some money in, a little bit at a time, buying $10 worth, $50 worth, whatever it may be, okay? Rather than think it was a scam and the market is against you and the world is against you and you sell at a loss. You don't want to do that. But anyway, I digress. So coming back to this, I stopped investing, but then October and then November came, okay? And what happened was cryptocurrency started going back up again, dramatically. It was like, I don't know, another 20, 30%, 50% gains. And I was like, oh, wow. So at that point, okay, I started putting even more money, including, for example, Shiba Inu. I love Shiba Inu, but it was a mistake. You don't put money when the market is going up and it's euphoric, as they say, right? This is based on literature and people writing books, experts in the field, hundreds of years of experience, people's experience, other YouTube influencers. Everyone says the same thing, right? You don't want to be buying when the market's going up. But that's what I did. And December 2021 came, and what happened? Again, it crashed. And in 2022, as you know, or you may not know, the market kept on coming lower and lower, right? Stocks as well as crypto and some real estate started crashing as well. And, you may or may not know as well about the upcoming recession that's coming in 2023. But anyway, it kept on dropping. And for me, though, this was up until this point, I had done enough research. I had looked into different things. Like I said, read books, watched other influencers, getting different points of view. You don't want to listen to one person. You want to see what the market is saying, what people are saying, experts, but as well as do your own research, investigate, learn about markets and the cycles. What they call the Wyckoff cycle. So you have accumulation, then markup, and then distribution, and then again it drops, market down. So it's a repeating cycle. But anyway, when this came, my money had kept on dropping, my portfolio, but I did not stop investing, okay? This is when I started dollar cost averaging. So it's also called DCA, if you may or may not know, which is essentially putting a set amount of money repeatedly and consistently over time. So you may choose to put $10, $50, $100 every week or every 2 weeks or every month, wherever it may be. And the idea is that as you buy different every week or every 2 weeks, wherever you decide, the price averages over time. So you don't buy at the top, you don't buy at the bottom, you're buying the average. And if you know anything about the market, is that over time, generally things go up. stocks as well as crypto. We now have about 10 years of, market data that tells us over time things go up if you buy the right stocks or cryptocurrencies, right? So you also have to do your research there. But ultimately, what I also learned was that, cryptocurrencies are volatile, and it's something that you have to have a long mindset for, okay? So what I want to share now with you is this thought experiment. So time and time again, what I think about is that, oh wow, if I hadn't invested during 2021 and 2022, I would have more money, or I would not have lost money during those times, and therefore I would be in a better position right now. So if I got into the market now, I'd be way better off, right? Because I hadn't lost anything in the past, and anything that I have now, I can put into it, and I'm in a much better position than all those idiots who invested 2021 and 2022, right? And a lot of people think this as well. They think, I'm so glad that I never bought and I remain out of the markets, right? Seeing what's happening right now with the cryptocurrency market, everything's down. It's going up a little bit, but it's pretty much down. So, and a lot of people think I'm way better off right now compared to those other people who have invested and lost money. But there's something very important to know, okay? Why invest? What's the idea of investing? And here's the catch, right? For the people who, don't invest, right? Their money will stay stagnant over time, right? You have cash sitting in a bank. It's the same over time, 1, 2 years, 3 years. And you can even argue that over time it actually drops due to inflation, which renders you money. It'll have lower buying power over time, right? So let me actually demonstrate this on this graph that I put together, this diagram. So what you can see here is on the y-axis, I've got the dollar, parameter, and on the x-axis is time, okay? And if we look at Bob, okay, Bob is the average person in the market out there who doesn't invest in the market. Their current position, if they have not invested in cryptocurrency, for example, you'd have cash sitting on the side. It's sitting stagnant and remains consistent over time, okay? Or, like I said, it drops due to inflation, okay? But then you bring Sam, okay? Sam has decided to invest, okay? So initially in April 2021 and May 2021, like I said earlier, the market went up but then dropped over time. But then when you see here in 2022, end of 2022, and now beginning of 2023, the market is slowly changing, right? If you look at the cryptocurrency market, things are going up a little bit at a time. But that's not to say that it will keep going up in the short term. Nobody knows. But the idea here is that over the long term, Sam would be better off than Bob, right? If you see this blue line here, this whole 2021, 2022, Sam was in the negative, right? But Sam has been dollar cost averaging in the market, slowly buying a little bit at a time, okay? Buying lower reduced prices because everything had dropped. Bitcoin was 70% down from its all-time high. Ethereum, Shiba Inu, if you're interested in that, a lot of things were significantly discounted if you look at it that way. And then when the bull market comes up next, whenever there may be, and the bull market is when the market changes and everyone is buying, there's more money coming into the market, and because there's more demand, things go up. And as they call it in the market, it goes parabolic. So it's like exponential. So it's like big gains within days, months, it's that quick. So my point to you is that don't be a Bob, right? Don't be afraid to invest. And by all means, I'm not saying go and take your hard-earned cash that you need to use for your household, for your rent, for your mortgage, for your groceries, for your car petrol. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't use the money that you use for coffee, right? $6 coffee these days in Melbourne, where I live. You go to a restaurant and it's $80, $100 for 2 people. It's crazy and very expensive. So don't use all that money. By all means, enjoy yourself from here, from time to time, here and there. But try to save, and don't just save and put that money in the bank. Use it either in the stock market to buy everything that's currently reduced, or what I'm trying to say here is cryptocurrency as well. Buy I guess what you can call blue chip cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum, things that have a long-term potential, that have big projects, that have stood the, I guess, have been resilient. A lot of bankers, a lot of organizations, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they're investing into these into this technology. So that's the big difference, and this is what I want to encourage you to do. Right? Don't be a Bob. Try to be not a Sam, but invest like the other smart people that are what they're doing essentially. Okay. And so the key takeaways from this is that it's a great time to start investing, especially with the upcoming recession and the reduced prices that I mentioned earlier. Now I've got an asterisk here, and that's to say that obviously, prices can keep going lower. Cryptocurrency, stocks, real estate, with the whole interest rates rising and things like that. So it's still a risk, okay? So don't be fooled in thinking that it's not a risk and that you're buying low. But have the courage to invest at least a little bit, okay? Don't spend money on coffee or restaurants or crazy entertainment things that is just a waste of time and money. Invest a little bit and see how you go. And you'll be surprised that in the next year or 2 years, things will change again, right? This is the market. It always goes up and down over time. Things will change. And if you buy reduced prices now, you'll be much better off, right? Like I said, compared to a Bob who refuses and is stubborn to invest, okay? And the other point here is that don't give up. So if you have lost a lot of money, like I have as well, don't give up and don't go selling your cryptocurrency unless it's a crap coin or token, right? Things that have no future. But in terms of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, all these different cryptocurrencies, don't sell them at the low. You're supposed to be dollar cost averaging, buying a little bit at a time, whatever you can afford, money that you're willing to lose in case it all drops to zero, right? Do that a little bit at a time and hopefully you'll come on top, okay? But have that motivation to take that first step, to watch YouTube videos, to educate yourself, to read books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Barefoot Investor. There's heaps of books and things to learn about, okay? And take that first step to invest. Don't be a Bob. And Bob, I'm sorry, if you're a Bob and you're watching this, that's not what I mean. What I mean is just, the average person, we call them Bobs, right? Anyway, so don't be stubborn. Try to invest if you can and take that step, okay? And lastly, have a long-term mindset, right? Stocks, crypto, they're volatile, right? So, and cryptocurrency much more than stocks. So over a couple of weeks, months, things will go up and down. But long term, like I said, it should go up on a upward trajectory, okay? And hopefully that was a good thought experiment for you to think about. And if you're interested, head over to my other video, part 2, where I'll talk about my portfolio and I break that down just to give you another perspective on, another person and what their portfolio might look like. So you can also try to, educate yourself and get into the market, right? And thanks for watching.